vigil. The king of the gods must have his hands full recently. In the name of Hades, Olympus, I accept this message.
Ah, young lady, so we meet at last. Emerged from all that gloom to help us settle an old score. If you possess your father's strength, then we have the advantage. Let us strike. The fates themselves knew Kronos would be overthrown by his own kin. We've done it before, and we're going to do it again. Your assistance in the matter is appreciated. That reclusive witch at the crossroads must have been a most unwilling caretaker of yours, and kept you from your real family till now. At least Hecate taught you some survival skills, and had enough sense to finally acquaint us.
To mighty Uncle Zeus, vanquisher of titans, your strength has saved our family before. You're most kind to now share some of it with me.
It's hardly seemed the time to make me offerings. All the more reason I appreciate the gesture, niece. And per the custom of our family, I've prepared something for you in turn.
You are most generous, Lord Uncle.
Oh, what are you doing on the surface, young lady? How shall you survive? Surely you know your line is bound beneath the earth. Your strength is better spent against our foes down there. I don't know how you circumvented the curse that bound you to the underworld, young lady, but I do know this changes everything. You can help us defend this mountaintop. Help we could use, even I must admit. Our upstart enemies shall scatter to the four winds once we're through with them. Our challenge is to purge them while minimizing unspeakable devastation. And Lady Demeter could always make the earth regrow.
Well, Zeus, it is much harder to regrow where not a trace of life remains. But that's of little consequence right now. Let all who oppose us wither, and we shall salt the earth beneath their feet.
How exactly you shall vanquish Kronos, someone shall have to explain to me at some point. Your witching ways shall help you to prevail where we could not, At least he hasn't yet imprisoned you along with your kin. Observe the handiwork of Kronos all about you there. The once thriving city of Ephyra laid to ruin. The underworld's gates flung open. Unconscionable acts, for which there must be dire consequences. Preliminary, something is afoot here on Olympus. Rumblings, yet not even Poseidon knows the source. Well, whatever cowardly maneuver Kronos has in store, we're going to repel it. With your aid, perhaps. Treasure from the sea! You take my brother's side over my own? Young lady, I thought you were sensible.
Wait, what? Now he's upset. Let's all just take a breath.
Such petty squabbling. My temper has decidedly been short, as you can see. You underworld gods and your ancient ways. I know only that you've done something to shape the course of this evening, for I can feel it in the air. May it be to our benefit.
Look, husband.
She arrives.
To the deepest spring,
Moonlight guides you.
Yes, thank you.
raining to feel.
Welcome, young lady, to our family's glorious abode. You have our thanks for seeing to it that the monster Typhon failed to reach us here.
And you have our regrets that my lord husband left you to confront that horrid creature on your own. Most of the others are still fortifying the palace. Forgive our rudeness.
There's nothing to forgive, Queen Hera. I am honored to have met you and King Zeus face to face and seen the glory of Olympus firsthand. I owe it to your generous support these many nights.
Come now, Malinois. We have a shared objective after all. And so long as Kronos sits upon your father's throne, that objective remains incomplete.
Hurrying her off when she only just arrived, husband? Although we've little here for entertainment other than Apollo's plucking. At least our enemy shall be back at our gates before long.
I don't think I can remain anyhow. I need to consult with the Witch of the Crossroads. She may have thoughts on how to rid ourselves of both our great foes at once.
We shall find a means of that, I have no doubt. And until then, we shall be better prepared to meet their charge.
Go on, my dear. We're unaccustomed to expressing gratitude, as you can plainly see. Until such time as your Lord Father and his own queen are restored, there's little cause for cheer, I think.
Perhaps soon enough.
In all my rancor, I never thought Kronos completely mad. But what else could have driven him to use the father of all monsters as a weapon? Typhon heeds no master. The destruction of Olympus shall not sate his appetites. The monster Typhon is far from invincible, no matter how it seems. When first he dared attack Olympus long ago, I personally struck him down. But now he does seem more resistant to my lightning than before. Now, where exactly are you, young lady? The outskirts of Poseidon's realm, it seems. You mean to circumnavigate your father's domain. Why confront the armies of Kronos head-on when you could go around? A clever move. You've seen it now firsthand. Our great mountain is perpetually besieged, and we've not had a moment's peace of late. Yet this trial only makes us stronger as a family.
Moonlight guides you.
We need no guide. We got that monstrous fiend once more, young lady, thanks most certainly to you. Such courage in the face of catastrophe. And our palace remains safe and secure, and further reinforced should Typhon try for us again.
You were splendid, my dear. Had things grown any more dire, we were preparing for a last resort a son of ours developed. But the cost of it is high indeed. Thus, you have saved us in more ways than one.
It's my pleasure to have been of service to our family, Queen Hera, and to see the wonders of these halls once more. Perhaps we may yet permanently dissuade Typhon soon.
And what do you have in mind on that account? Our own research has yet to yield the force that could take Typhon without also taking this entire mountain down. He's even fiercer now than when he first attacked us long ago.
I've gathered useful specimens of Typhon's flesh, and we've been studying how we can use it in our craft. But we don't yet have meaningful progress to share.
Oh, come now. Driving back that monster more than once is progress meaningful enough. My lord husband thought that your first such victory could have simply been a fluke.
Now, what I said, dear wife, was that a single victory against Typhon did not prove more such victories could be achieved. But now you've demonstrated otherwise, Malinois, and spurred our hope that we shall rid ourselves of this foul menace soon enough.
King Zeus, Queen Hera, by your leave I ought return with what I found, in case it leads to new discoveries about how we can do just that. Thank you all for your continued aid.
You have our gratitude in kind.
How my lord husband scoffed when first I brought forth that perhaps this deadly witch niece of his, raised from infancy to vanquish time itself, could also be of benefit against the Titan siege. Glad I won that out.
Hera, dear, of course we reached agreement on that matter, else my good niece would not be here now. Though tell us, Malinois, what news of a lasting solution to our predicament? Typhon shows no interest in turning away.
We're getting closer to something. It's very likely that the means we use to rid ourselves of one of our great foes shall be the key to ridding ourselves of the other, though we have not achieved those means as yet.
You hear that, Zeus? The greatest inconveniences we face may be resolved at once. We so like doing things efficiently.
You need but tell us what else must be done to facilitate this outcome, Malinois. Olympus stands at your disposal here.
Please hold out as long as possible, for your blessings and support are invaluable. I may be gone for some nights as I turn my attention to Kronos. His power reawakened Typhon, and that same power could unravel him.
May it be thus. We'd ask you take your time, my dear, but there's no telling how much we can spare. Nevertheless, tread carefully, and we shall be awaiting your return. Take care.
Till we meet again. There is some difference of opinion here regarding where your efforts are of greatest benefit. We shall keep the matter on Olympus well in hand, but we cannot get to Kronos in your father's realm as easily as you. Alas, that you never got to know your brother Zagreus, fine lad that he was. Determined lad. Didn't always get on with your father, but who does? I'm certain he fought Kronos just as bravely as he could. Typhon is clambering back up toward our summit once again, in spite of how we dealt with him last night, thanks to your aid. He's clearly not the smartest one, although perhaps we'll teach him a valuable lesson soon enough. Do tell that witch of the crossroads that I shall be expecting prompt reports from her as to the situation in the underworld. Now certainly is not the time for selfishness. Word has it that you somehow managed to thwart Kronos just last night. Although I remain somewhat skeptical because his forces still press the attack, and Typhon shows no sign of slowing down. We have to put a stop to this. Typhon is not backing down, though we shall drive him back each night he deigns to threaten us, if that is what it takes.
Either that, or we could probably destroy him, along with this mountain and a good portion of the surrounding countryside. Although, where would we live thereafter?
We needn't weigh that possibility at all, Hera, my dear. Best not to even speak of it. Melinoi assured us Typhon could be dealt with in a different way.
I'd not intended to make promises on that account, Lord Uncle. Though I shall do everything in my power to ensure Olympus stands while Typhon falls. I just need to concentrate on Kronos for a while.
Well then, pardon my bluntness, my dear, but why aren't you in your underworld? We now can hold our own, you've seen, but we cannot reach the Titan ourselves.
Do as you must, Melinoi. We shall be waiting to hear word of your success in Tartarus, and you can count on all our blessings on the way.
Come back soon.
I must admit, young lady, I have my doubts about you coming all this way to lend your aid. We ought to be capable enough to drive back Typhon on our own. But our latest battle with him might have gone differently if not for you. You underworld goddesses and gods all know each other, do you not? If you could please notify Nyx's pest of a daughter, Eris, that she has no permission to fly within our borders, we would be mightily obliged. You got here rather quickly, quite unlike that rascal Hermes, I should say. Lately, he's never about when needed. Should he decide to make himself useful in all this, may he prove more dependable with you. How vain of Kronos to have pressed all of those golden coins in his own image. The promise of a new golden age, some mortals say. Pah! That age has long since passed, and no amount of shining metal shall bring it back. We've rid ourselves of Typhon for the time, but not for good. If Kronos stands between us and that outcome, then we urge you to pursue him next.
My lord husband does not mean to pressure you, I'm sure, my dear. But do feel free to leave the defense of the mountain to us whilst tending to any other matters.
Your Majesty. Lord Zeus, King of Olympus, I am honored to be in your service. I vow to use your thunderous power for the greater good of our family.
Even in such a time, you pay proper respect to your lord uncle, my well-mannered niece. Know in turn you have my gratitude. You are truly one of us, Melinoi. I saw how mightily you fought with my own eyes, even in the face of Typhon's savagery. Your father surely would have been as proud as I. In Lady Demeter, you've a fierce supporter, young lady. Already blessed you, sure enough. She's like the enduring winter, that one. But meeting her granddaughter thus has reminded her of fairer seasons, I think. Oh, my good niece, you are extraordinary, truly. So far as we can tell, no trace of that monstrosity remains. The deed is done! Typhon is dead!
My lord husband has been premature to declare victory before, so I shall not believe a word of this until I hear it from your lips. Perhaps not even then.
The father of all monsters is undone. Not merely dead, but eradicated, using the power of the Titan of Time and a bit of assistance from father's favored spear, Gygaros.
You hear that, Hera dear? I told you young Melinoi was certain to prevail on our behalf. Our family always triumphs when we stand together with a common purpose.
I remain utterly in shock. Well now, girl, if you have truly quashed that monstrous threat, then do prepare yourself for all of us to claim we never doubted you at any point. My lord husband is already starting.
If you had not believed in me, Queen Hera, then perhaps Typhon would have been here in my stead. So thank you all. And now an even greater victory is within reach.
The Titan Kronos. You mean to likewise destroy him using the methods you employed this very night?
If necessary. Though this power that you witnessed was for Typhon alone, and likewise what we planned for Kronos is fit only for him. The Deathless cannot be destroyed unless they threaten the very fabric of the weavings of the Fates.
No time for feasting till the other deed is done then, yes? That's fine. The Titan's forces may grow far more desperate now, a possibility for which we ought prepare. We shall lend you all the strength we can for your own final assault. Goodbye.
Be well. You're fortunate that you inherited your mother's features rather than your father's, young lady. Poor old Hades. How the world weighed heavily on him. He was a good brother to me and shall be suitably avenged. To think my blessing could be had for a mere bit of coin. Know that the boatman brokered this particular exchange only for you. Our services have never been for sale. I know not what you did to Kronos, niece, but he is no longer himself. Practically groveling for mercy here. And ask you for our aid to ensure time flows freely forth or some such drivel. Is this why you plan to retrace your steps?
Greetings, honored cousin. I'm here now with none other than the bringer of thunder and lightning, magnanimous king of Olympus, your great lord uncle and my illustrious father, Zeus.
No, my niece and I are well past such a level of formality, my son. Though while we have the pleasure of her company, what say we show her how we put the light into lightning?
Grandfather with the king and queen.
Now do you see, my son? Although the Typhon with whom you already clashed is gone, there could have been certain circumstances under which he remained. One fewer now, of course.
And how many of these circumstances are there, would you say, father? For we cannot expect Melinoi to battle to our mountaintop for all eternity.
Speaking of which, welcome again, my dear. We were just having ourselves a bit of a chat with your grandfather. We've not decided what to do with him as yet, you see.
Oh, hello, granddaughter. I had assured the king and queen that you would be victorious again, for you had been victorious before. Thank you for validating my theories.
Oh, you're welcome. King Zeus, Queen Hera. I can attest these possibilities of Typhon do appear to exist, having just found one with Grandfather's assistance and eradicated it.
Typhon is closer to a shade of himself now. The possibility of his dominion over Olympus has grown faint, and fainter still with each of your successes. But how many are required, I unfortunately cannot calculate.
And why not? Perhaps if we persuaded you sufficiently, Titan, you'd be inclined to answer in a more straightforward way.
I have but recently learned of these possibilities myself. Time is flowing freely forth for the most part. My granddaughter merely can ensure that there are no obstructions of concern. At her convenience, of course.
And I would see to that, however long it takes. By your leave, of course, O King and Queen. I ask that you permit Grandfather to carry on. Thus far, he's been true to his word.
We do have something suitable for you in mind, father. But due to matters of security, our palace henceforth is to be sealed off. Melinoi, perhaps when your mother resumes her yearly travels here, you may come visit again.
We've been such awful hosts to you, my dear. We never intended for any of this to occur. But we have pledged you our support before, and you shall have it for as long as you require, even if we bicker over it now and again. Fare you well.
Be safe.
Grandmother.
Granddaughter.
Long have my brothers, foster sisters, and I warred against the Titan Kronos, and yet now we are to have a truce? I shall not trust in him any time soon. You need but say the word, and we shall seal him away for good. How many more such blasted Kronos coins are there, my niece? According to your grandfather, none shall be made henceforth, yet they are in abundance even still. We meet again. You witches like to use your feminine wiles to get your way? Well, now is the time to use every means at our disposal. Why, even Aphrodite has taken up the cause, not to mention the spear.
Oh,
Lord Zeus. For there are those against whom not even my feminine wiles prove as effective as a sharp and pointy bit of metal tends to be. I think our underworld kin can probably relate.
I noted that your father and I thought of something suitable for Kronos, for I do not want him here. He shall preside over the Isles of the Blessed, near to Elysium, in your domain. An honorary post befitting one of his experience. We could have scoured all our surface foes by now, but Kronos claims they're needed still, that you must face them as you previously did, to draw out remnant possibilities of Typhon to destroy. As long as you are willing, niece.
Clearly greater strength than that belonging to Lord Zeus, my niece, is his combined with mine. Lightning can surge across my waters even faster than it ravages the land. And now my kingly brother and I grant our terrifying might to you.
We lend our terrifying might to you, that is, Melinoe. For our family is a partnership, and we give as well as take. Now go and use our united strength to take back what's ours. How it gladdens me knowing good Hades and Persephone now rest upon their rightful thrones once more. Your brother Zagreus, the goddess Nyx, and all the rest, they're also doing well? Such an ordeal you help them to withstand.
I have the gold.
Old Charon must have ample time to spare, now that he isn't busy sending souls to their eternal rest. Although I do suspect we can keep him plenty busy in service to us here.
Benevolent Lord Uncle Zeus, I have for you another offering, as meager as it is. May you soon have occasion to enjoy it peaceably.
I am often showered in such offerings, you know. However, coming from one such as you, it means a lot more to me than the rest. My other children stand to learn from you. Zeus has captured the three fates. Preposterous. A useless provocation. They answer to no god or titan. All it means is that what comes to pass shall not be their decision anymore. We ought to see it as an opportunity. And traitorous Titan Prometheus leads the vanguard of our enemy's forces on Olympus. Apparently he didn't learn a thing from when we punished him for his past crimes. We shall have to think of new ways to make him come around. My beloved Hera and I may occasionally disagree, but you stay out of it. You have weathered this storm, but do take heed not to get caught in it next time. I have arrived. You must have sensed it was my blessing you received, young lady. That energy, that electricity. Why, I'm afraid there's just no hiding it.
Lord Uncle, a token of my appreciation. Though I knew of your generous spirit well before we finally met, I'd not expected you'd make time for me again and again like this.
Your brother once was similarly generous to me. I often wondered who could have taught him such deference. Old Hades didn't, that I knew. I must admit, anyway, your commitment to this task of yours is greater than I had surmised. My offspring can be easily discouraged. I'm pleased to see my older brother's offspring isn't thus. Literally, my bright son Apollo, you'd be wise to learn a thing or two from him. Why, he is just about the best at everything. Envy of Olympus, here to greet you and to teach you, here he is.
I'm grateful for the flattery, Father. Though your fair niece is more than capable of fending for herself. Still, an extra bit of insurance from the heavens couldn't hurt, right?
For all your steady leadership, I bid you please accept this offering, Lord Uncle Zeus. Once all this is ended, may you and Queen Hera reign in peace and prosperity forevermore.
Respect for one's elders does not come automatically, I know only too well. Know that I do not take kind gestures such as yours for granted, and appreciate them a great deal. You have a generous spirit. Ah, my lovely wife has graced you with her presence, Melinoe. She's very watchful, that one, so you're in good hands. Good, strong, and very watchful hands. Niece, I expect from you only the best behavior, manners, and performance in the presence of my dear beloved wife, without whom I would be the merest shadow of my greatness.
The truest words you've spoken in quite some time, husband. And I'm more than just your dear beloved wife, aren't I? Seeing as I am the blasted queen. Not that your authority or mine has been worth much of anything of late.
You have a wondrous family to protect, Lord Uncle Zeus, not to mention the heavens and the earth. Yet you always carry yourself with dignity and courage, despite the weight of your burdens. Thank you for never backing down.
I've many sons and daughters, nieces and nephews, many more. And it's a pleasure to know each and every one. I try never to play favorites, but between us, young lady, you're an exception. What shall you do, young lady, now that the momentous task you've undertaken is complete? We certainly have quite a mess left to clean up, but after that, whatever you decide, may it bring us satisfaction and success.
A gift in honor of our victory, Lord Uncle. We could never have achieved this if not for your leadership and relentless conviction, and your lightning bolts. May this ambrosia help bring us closer together in times of peace.
Ambrosia such as this ought to flow in abundance on Olympus once again, and I trust soon enough it shall. To that eventual result, you have contributed far more than just this bottle, niece. I and all of us are grateful beyond words. Do pardon our continued bickering, Melinoi. I merely wish to offer that your efforts would be better spent dispelling remnants of the father of all monsters, rather than the possibility of Kronos in the underworld, as good Queen Hera thinks. All families must squabble as we do. I have been much inclined to put a stop to the rebellion of Prometheus, yet now I'm to believe he is facilitating your continued efforts to ensure that time flows freely forth. Well, should you cease to trust in this, merely send word. That worthless Cyclops Polyphemus turning his broad back against the gods. His kind once aided us against the Titans, yet he's of a newer generation, lacking loyalty apparently. His actions cannot be excused. I grow weary of this interminable stalemate. Take now my strength, young lady, and crash through the enemy ranks like a bolt in the night. Your latest victory means there's an even slimmer chance Typhon may haunt us, is that it? Perhaps these are the very possibilities Prometheus has always prattled on about. Well then, keep on eliminating undesirable outcomes one by one. I trust this message finds you well. We must remain in close communication as best we can, even if it means employing the services of your underworld's boatman every so often. You may have heard about the actions of Prometheus that earned him all my wrath. He stole from us, denied us the glory of bestowing fire onto mortal kind on our own terms. He suffered as a consequence, but not nearly enough. The Witch of the Crossroads may have taught you how to fight, but where are your manners? My priority is always family, my niece, even if it requires hard choices now and again. The three fates located at last, our messenger excitedly reports. I trust they shall resume safeguarding our dominion from here on, even if it means having to pull the strings a bit from time to time. A small price to be paid. We, the Olympians, appointed by the fates themselves to rule this world, are prophesized to just back off a bit? Take more of a light touch? Huh, then so we shall, no questioning those three. Although I doubt mortals shall like the change.
In olden days, I never took strapping young Zeus here for the marrying type, and was none too pleased when he picked my poor sister Hera for the job. But you've been a right good husband to her, haven't you, Zeus?
I sometimes pity you, Hestia, for never having known the joys of matrimony for yourself. Challenges arise in any such relationship, but together with your beloved partner, you find a way. All you must do is compromise and cooperate. Hard-working Hephaestus offered you his services, has he? We need him clanking away at our armories here, though I suppose assisting you directly does advance our cause. No lack of interest in his handiwork of late. The brightness of my fair son Apollo has illuminated you in the dark, if but for a moment there, young lady. Would that all of my kin were equally as talented as he.
What have we here? With sisters and my foster brothers and I overthrew Kronos long ago. We were much closer to your age, Flower. Now we are older, and one should think wiser. Although our frequent bickering and inaction suggest otherwise.
We are a strong-willed family, as you know perfectly well, Lady Demeter. We must move forward in unison. Building that sort of consensus is not always quick, though we each could do our part to hasten it along. Your grandfather has not yet given up entirely on his idea for another golden age. As he's behaving reasonably well, we have agreed to hear him out. The times are clearly changing after all. Let us ensure it's for the best. Word reached me you encountered strong-armed Heracles. He is the surliest fellow you'll ever meet. I suggest you leave him to his labors. We have not asked him for the world, only for his fair share if he seeks to lead a divine life. You bear Brother Poseidon's watery blessing already, yes, young lady? Well, I'll be blunt. You're going to need more help than that, so here. Just as committed as your father, aren't you, niece? It seems this matter with the Titan Kronos is interminable, but we also have to move on at some point. You've done more than enough, and need not toil for the sake of it. If there's one good thing about this war, it's that even our most reserved family members have to rise up and make themselves known. Or just make themselves known, in the case of my good son Hephaestus here.
Another one of you found just there, Dad, and right in which his earshot too. Just when I thought he couldn't possibly stoop to me level. He continues to surprise.
You gleam as though with moonlight there, young lady. Almost as if fairest Selene herself anointed you. Alas, that she must ride across the night while you're left to your own devices on the ground. I do not freely dole my blessings out. When I offer them, I expect you to take them. Such bickering is getting us nowhere. Let us direct our pent-up wrath toward our foes. Shining Apollo has availed himself to you again, has he? Excels at just about anything he sets his mind and body to, that one. Though even he's been having a bit of trouble with everything of late. On my word, young lady. Such is your splendor that I near mistook you for beauteous Aphrodite herself. She has already visited with you, that much is clear. You goddesses, you wield your beauty like a blade. We meet again. I do believe this was a veritable blessing in disguise. It could have just as soon been any other member of the clan, so you are very fortunate indeed. I've weathered many hardships with my good and loyal Hera by my side. She is so tolerant and wise. Why, she's my rock. I always shall hold fast to her, as the great rock she is. Now, Melinoe, once you've been married for as long as Hera and myself, you shall have overcome your own innumerable challenges. Our marriage only grows stronger for each small transgression made along the way. Normally, I would suggest you always take Queen Hera's side in everything, but not in this. I'd rather not prolong such an unnecessary feud when we have real foes to face. When we realized Kronos struck your father's house, we feared you were lost with all the rest. How fortunate the Witch of the Crossroads was able to whisk you away. Though she ought to have reached out sooner with such news. The Titan Kronos caught us unawares because we'd grown accustomed to not hearing from your father for long stretches at a time. Well, we shall have to remedy that now. Hades and I have much catching up to do besides. Word reached me there are these ancient passageways that have begun appearing on our surface, which purportedly lead to the depths of chaos. All the way from here. Your sorcery at work, I trust, or old alliances. Greetings, my fair niece. I expected I might find you setting forth here on another of your escapades, and I would have this be a most successful one, for you and all of us. My command of the heavens is nothing compared to the strength of our family bond. The Queen and I have stood together through worse times than this, haven't we, dear?
Why, we've stood together now through more hard times than I can count. I dare say we're well past due for a break. Perhaps after our present difficulties finally subside.
You're wise to bear my cloud bangle, my niece. How easily I spotted you with it, so that I may bestow my blessings when you need them most. Now choose, and smite our enemies as I would do myself if I were there. Do not test the limits of my patience. Recently, I have little to spare. Consider yourself reprimanded, Milinoe. Let us get back to the matter at hand. Turned your attention to the underworld, have you now? Well, I suppose all your successes here ought carry you to further victory below. My dear Hera shall be very pleased. You're just getting started this evening, aren't you, young lady? Well, let me usher you along. Harness the thunder and ensure our victory. I am the King of Olympus. Is some obedience truly too much to expect? Our might is best applied against our common foe, but do be mindful of your place next time.
Ah, look, my dear, it's my beloved husband, the distinguished king of the Olympians, who shall lead us all out of this mess. How goes it, son of Kronos? Any news?
Oh, come now, Hera dear. For all your jesting with me, it can send the wrong impression to one unaccustomed to your dry and clever wit. You see that, Milinoe? Humor is the bond that makes marriage strong. We've grown so accustomed to having little contact with your father down in the underworld that Kronos was able to gain a foothold there before we knew it. Been locked in battle with his forces ever since.
By her grace.
If you were openly refused, in my place she would certainly respond as I shall now. My patience lately has its limits, young lady. I would advise you not keep testing them.
Our family's unity does not come cheap. We all must work together to ensure the bonds connecting us don't fray, or split entirely, as was the case with Kronos. My lord husband knows this better than anyone, don't you, Zeus?
You're quite right, dear, that marriage can most certainly begin to feel like work. It was so easy for us in the early days, but our responsibilities have grown since, haven't they?